Hello and welcome back to Death for All, and, well, yes, we're still trying to survive quite dramatically here, and you can see we now, for some reason, why do we have so much... Wait a minute. I'm not on the ship. That's kind of interesting. Okay, I think that's probably a bug. Yep, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Alright, little bit too late for it to sort of update and stuff like that, but that's okay, because we might actually get almost that amount by speccing Ultimate Leader. This happened as I was on my way here, and boom, there you go. We now have an extra 25 party capacity, which is amazing. That's obviously also going to be scaling as we continue to play here, which is actually pretty cool. I like that quite a bit. So, you know, 3.38, it is going to be extremely dangerous. I mean, let's just say, I mean, not dangerous, but it's more going to be very slow now. So it isn't going to be amazing, but it's going to be pretty nice because it's going to be infinitely going to do that, as long as we still have the learning rate, of course. Anyway, we are going here at Galend because there are a... well, actually, you know what I should do? I should probably do something like this. We should probably just get a couple of extra people here. Now that we have the space, we should try to make the most of our prisoners. Yeah, there you go. Look at that. Wow, very, very nice, actually. Surprisingly so. And indeed, we did get 276 in leadership now. Yeah, so we obviously made peace with the Azerai. Oh, Ortisia has been taken. What? What? How did that happen? I have no idea, but Caladog is obviously doing an amazing job. I don't... How are we... Wait a minute. We're not even at war against the Western Empire. No, we're at war against Vlandia. That's very strange. Wait a minute. Did Vlandia have control of Ortisia? Because as far as I am aware, that is not the case. So I'm actually very, very surprised about this. Okay, never mind. Vote for the new owner of Ortisia. I actually can't. I can't vote for that right now, which is really, really sad. But no, well, never mind. It's not really like I need it, is it? You know, it's not like I'm going to be like, oh yes, let me vote for myself. That sounds like a perfect idea, doesn't it? Okay, so let's just do a little bit of this. I have to be a bit careful here. Are you actually engaging me? Yes, you are. Oh. All right. Yeah, so, yeah, he's giving it to Ifar. Okay, well, that's absolutely fine. Yeah, so these guys are actually coming in against us right here. So we are going to just stop the siege like we do. And, ooh, just about. Nice. Okay, so we'll just do a nice little auto-resolve here. I don't know whether she died or not. I kind of hope that to be the case, even though that is a bit harsh, to be honest. But, you know, that's just how it is. That's just how it is right now. So I'm just trying my best to try and keep our enemy forces down as much as possible. And indeed, nope, she did survive. Now, if we can get this guy, this would be fantastic too. He's right next to the gate. Ah, he trolled us right there. Did you see that? That was actually hilarious that he trolled us so hard. Okay, so we have... oh, wait a minute. Where are you going? Where are they going? Wait a minute. How many... do they have any recruits? 25. Interesting. I'm not sure what they're doing there. Okay, well, you know what? Let's just take a quick look at the map here, because we have taken... How did we take Ortisia just now? As I said, I guess it is Caladog with his 1,000 strong army. That is very, very weird, because I'm not... How did he do that when the Western Empire is not currently at war against the Vlandians, right? Are they? No. As you can see, they have a non-aggression pact. That is very weird. Wow, I didn't even see that. Okay, that's very impressive, actually. Anyway, I don't think I'm going to be able to actually get in here. No. As you can see, they are going to go way too fast. What I could do is I could potentially... I think they're probably going to go out onto their ship. Let's just wait here a second. I'm just going to wait here just in case, because I have a feeling they might actually go out onto their vessel, and if they do, we're going to pounce on them, okay? We're going to pounce on them really, really quickly, and we'll see whether we can do something with that. Obviously, I have a lot of cavalry, so that is inherently slowing us down a dramatic amount when we go onto the ocean waves, which is not exactly great. That's not what you want, is it? But, you know, I can't really do much about that. And he's gathering another army. You know what? That kind of gives me an idea. Let's see if we can actually call for some people. Wow, okay. One person? Okay, sure. I'm just going to call for this guy then. Just one guy and his friend. Yes, and that's it. Yes, that's what we're going to be doing. I'm actually quite surprised that these fellas are in here. You know what's really funny actually about these guys being in here is that the garrison has 0 food. And I'm not entirely sure whether they're actually, you know, contributing to that particular shortage, but I know for certain that the units that they placed into the garrison here are actually starting to die, or shall we say starting to get wounded and things like that. So that's actually pretty fantastic. It looks as though I will have to move on. I think we're just going to go over to the next town and we're just going to start doing something there, because otherwise I'm just going to be sitting there for basically the entire episode, and I don't really want to do that. Thank you very much. So I think what we'll do is we'll do this, and if Mitela wants to come along and actually try to stop us... never mind. Okay, we're actually coming... Wow, okay. That's very interesting, actually. I'm not entirely sure what's even going on with the Vlandians right now, because they're wanting to attack me, despite the fact that Caladog, as you see, is besieging Sargot, and he is going to be, well, probably done before they even get over there. Wouldn't you say? That's what it feels like to me. He's almost going to be done, and I'm going to actually, you know what? I'm going to besiege this now. I'm going to make them choose. I'm going to make them choose between coming after me and coming after Mr. Caladog, and hopefully they will choose... Never mind. Okay, no, yeah, as I said, Caladog is done. He is just 100% done. He's probably one of the most efficient people that we have in the game right now, which is really, really surprising, because let's face it, that's not something that we'd usually say about any of the AI, because they are quite... well, unreliable, I guess you could kind of say. But yeah, anyway, we're going to just leave here. And let's actually have a look. Huh. The only problem with going in against these guys is that they are going to have more people on the map. That's the only issue. Can you maybe... come on the ocean waves a little bit? No, they don't want to do that. Alright, okay, fine. But we did take Sargot, so I suppose that is actually kind of useful. And me doing a little bit of the, you know, distraction making here is actually kind of good. Alright, so let's get all this food here just to make sure we have a little bit extra to be able to survive. And yeah, well, here's the thing. Both of these towns are up for grabs, pretty much. We will be able to pretty easily take them, I think, as long as we can even enter the siege. But as it stands, we're having some issues right now. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna do that. Thank you very much. Okay, so we're gonna go over here. I am... okay, they're actually taking that. This is actually perfect for us. Okay, we might be able to make something happen here now. I don't... they do have a little bit of supply now, which is really bad. They had 0 beforehand, but now they actually have 5 days worth. That's really, really awful. Alright, well, I can't do much about it, unfortunately. I kind of just have to make do as much as possible here. Let's go for some medicine skill with her. Just in case. Trade agreement, can't do anything about that. Gonna have to move the trebuchet away. Have they actually taken it yet? Oh. Oh. Okay. Well, that's bad. Yeah. Okay, did they actually take Sargot beforehand? They did! That is hilarious! Oh, wow. Okay, I'm actually really surprised. Okay, they absolutely destroyed us. And look at the Khuzait, actually. Look at the Khuzait. They are doing an amazing job. But yeah, they absolutely destroyed us in this way. They literally did everything they needed to do. They stopped us from taking the 2 towns here. They also fought off Caladog's conquering at Sargot here and actually did a fantastic job. And I gotta say, I'm very impressed. Anyway, we did take Ortisia, which I suppose is relatively good. I would say that's probably one of the best things that we could have done there. But yeah, apart from that, obviously, we are now in a bit of a tough spot. Yeah, a lot of the clans are actually being eliminated now, so we are going to start seeing a lot less presence on the world map now, as in, it's just going to be a lot easier for us to do battle with these larger armies and things. And yeah, I'm going to keep this army. I'm going to keep this army right now because I'd actually like to see if maybe there will be another war declaration. I'm assuming there will be relatively soon. So we're going to keep an eye out for that, and obviously we're going to be ready, and hopefully we'll be able to go over there as soon as possible and do some big damage to whoever it is. Actually, you know what? Shall we try to cause war? I can't actually do that. Leaders' personal relations are excellent. Crusade is not ready for an alliance. Can't declare war. Yeah, that's going to be difficult. You already have a maximum number of trade agreements. Cannot have an active non-aggression pact. Ah, interesting. Okay. How long is the non-aggression pact? 12 days. Okay, and obviously we can do the Southern Empire, but they're too far away by the looks of things. The truce was concluded to recently. Okay. That's 12. What? 12 days on both of these guys? Wait a minute. That's so weird, though, because we don't have a non-aggression pact with them. It has only been 38 days out of 45 days. Okay, so 7 days remaining on that. Ah, we can actually do an alliance with the Sturgians if we wanted to do that. And our trade agreement expires soon enough. Okay, so I literally cannot... Ah, here we go. We can do the Nords. We can attack the Nords. Okay, let's attack the Nords. There we go. I don't really... no offense, but I don't really want to attack the Nords, to be honest. I feel like they are probably... I think they're the strongest faction in the game now, which is kind of weird to say because they don't have any cavalry, but I actually think that because every single time I fight them, no matter what it is, whenever it is, they always seem to be extremely dangerous. I don't know what it is. It's just very, very... it's kind of intimidating, to be honest, because I think to myself, okay, well, how am I going to deal with these guys, you know? And I think that's their strength, really, you know? I don't know how to really handle them because they have such significant... Caladog's dead! No! Okay, well, Caladog's dead. Vote for the next... Here we go. Are we going to be on the ticket? Are we going to be on the ticket? Yes, we are. And indeed, we are the leader. Look at that. Bruce should rule us. I could make Mengus the ruler. Actually, wait a minute. Let's actually just see. No, I have so many people backing us right now that there is no way, even if I vote for someone else, there is no way that anyone is going to be like, yes, let's do that. So this is fantastic. Boom. Bruce was crowned as High King of the Battanians. And this is exactly what I was actually wanting to do. The idea crept in to my mind only a couple of episodes ago, to be honest, because I actually didn't even think of that. I thought, oh, well, maybe we'll, become a vassal and we'll leave and steal some fiefs and take those with us or something like that. But no. As you can see, we are now absolutely fine and we're doing great. So, yeah, Bruce is now... That is so strange. That is really, really strange for us. Okay, so I need to get some stuff here. I need to get some policies. Like, for example, I think... Oh, I don't need Sacred Majesty, really. I think what we need is... What do we need? I actually don't know, to be honest. There are a lot of very, very good... Oh, wait a minute. People like this? Yep, okay. People like this. Militia generation increase, probably pretty good for security reasons. It only reduces the production by 5%, so that's not particularly bad. This is actually fantastic. And I think I might like to do this. They don't want that. Really? I'm going to say yes, because they're only going to be losing 0.3 loyalty, and they're already gaining 3 thanks to what we have selected. So I personally don't really see the reasoning, behind why they don't like that. We should go for cantons. That's going to replenish recruits 20% faster. That's going to be a lot easier for our forces to get back on their feet after defeats, obviously. And we should probably go for trial by jury, to be honest. I think we'll probably do that too. So that's going to get our loyalty back up by 0.5. Security is going to decrease by 0.2, but that should be fine as long as everyone is spending the maximum amount for garrisons. So that's really going to make a big difference. Oh, we could go for bailiffs, actually. Yeah, let's go for bailiffs. Why not? Because town security increased by 1. That takes care of the security problem, potentially. So that's quite nice. And I don't think we have anything else that we really want to go for here. As you can see, they do actually very much like this. What's this? For each lord party currently staying in a kingdom owned by... What? Really? Staying in the town owned by the kingdom? Okay. Yeah, I don't really see the point in doing that, to be honest. But yeah, there you go. All right. So, we are now the leader of the battanians. So this is now our faction. This is now our faction completely. Now, the question is... Wait a minute. Do we own this? Oh, yeah, we do still own this. Oh, wait a minute. My banner has changed. Our banner has changed. So we no longer... Wait a minute. We no longer have the bear banner? Why don't we have the bear banner? Is it because we took over for Mr. Caladog or something like that? That is so strange. I don't know why the banner would change, but there you go. All right, okay. Oh, it's quite funny. Okay, so we are going to go on to Argeron, I suppose, or we could go on to Diathma or one of those. It doesn't really matter any which way, to be honest. But yeah, things are getting kind of dicey right now, because this means, now that Caladog is dead, this means that we have to kind of live much more. We have to live much more. So let's set sail here. I hope they have their own. Their own ships and stuff like that, so I don't have to actually field massive amounts more. And I don't think so. Okay, that's good. Okay, yeah. Otherwise, this is going to be a bit, yeah, as I say, a bit dicey. I'm not sure how we're going to really go with this, because it means that enemies have the potential to maybe encroach on our territory. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to go, but we are just going to try and take Sibir. I'm going to just be very methodical. Oh, hello. Who are you, sir? Hello there. All right. And look at this guy's combat strength. I just want to draw that to your attention, you know, because look at his combat strength. He only has 153, but I'm assuming, yeah, as you can quite clearly tell here, he has extremely high level troops. And from my perspective, I feel like high-level troops in this situation are, well, I wouldn't say they're difficult to get at this point in the game, but I would definitely say that the AI does a much better job of working with what they have when it comes to Nord troops. I feel like they're so much better with Nord troops than pretty much any other troop, because they're just able to generate so much more so much more experience. Oh, he's dead. Wow, we actually killed him. Okay, that's pretty fantastic. But yeah, they just feel better. They just feel more efficient when it comes to the Nord troops. I'm not sure why. I don't know why that is. Anyway, we're gonna go and get some trebuchets. We are obviously an insane engineer and all that stuff, so we should have a pretty easy time of things here. At least I hope so. We're going to have to be a little bit careful. Well, actually, we don't even need to be careful. We don't even need to be careful here right now. Even if we get involved in like a garrison-based field battle or anything like that, even then, we're actually still going to be fine. And you can see here, we're still gaining 25,000 per day, even though we have actually reduced the amount of taxes that we gain by a pretty significant margin. Okay, so let's just try and destroy the walls as fast as possible. They have 130 days worth of food. What? 130 days worth of food? How? What? How do they do that? That is amazing. It must be all of the fish. Must be massive amounts of fish, isn't it? Yes, I mean, they have a fish village right next to them here, so I guess that does kind of make sense. Anyway, yeah, I mean, let's go in. I was about to click on it, but we need to remove some of these things. Thank you very much. And let's go for it. We've taken down the walls. We might as well just go for it rather than, you know, building any siege towers or battering ram or anything like that. I mean, a battering ram might actually be kind of useful at certain points, but I kind of don't want to, you know, spread our forces between 3 different points rather than 2 different points. I feel like it's a lot easier to do it this way. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Okay, yeah, so let's have a look. Okay, so Cadogan can go on here. We just got a bunch of very, very high tier troops now, so I can basically just place all of these lords in the places for the combat bonuses and all that stuff, because otherwise, well, I don't have that many combat bonuses because I haven't obviously, you know, really gone for that. But all of our lords thankfully have. Wow, alright, apparently people are just absolutely massacring everyone here. This is pretty fantastic. Let's actually get off my mount real quick and do some damage. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Okay, I like it. Okay, let's try and kill that guy if we can. Yeah, obviously, Sturgian Reavers, they are going to be kind of difficult, potentially. Ow. Oh, I'm being shot by these two. That's exactly the kind of funniness that I'm talking about. These guys, right? These two Nord archers. You wouldn't think them to be that good, right? But look at how much damage they were capable of doing to me when I have been running around in battles for a very significant amount of time in this campaign. And for some reason, I have never really taken massive damage. Like, yeah, sure, okay, fine. We have, to a certain degree, when there are critical mass of archers all over us, shooting, you know, dozens of arrows at us in a very, very short space of time. But when it came to this particular moment, I mean, look at how many archers they had. They had only 2 archers, and they were doing significant damage to us. So I think that really makes a big, big difference. And that's the kind of thing I'm talking about when I say the Nords are actually very strong, despite having no cavalry. Which is very dangerous. Very, very intimidating, actually, as well. Because whenever you go into a battle against the Nords, it always feels to me like they have a rather significant advantage. I mean, yes, okay, fine. I mean, look at what's happening right now. Yeah, of course we're actually winning now because we have such a significant numbers advantage. But my point still stands, you know? My point still stands. It does feel as though the Nords are very strong. Anyway, we could try to get a couple of athletic skill points here, maybe. I have to be a little careful because I am actually getting a bit close to death here. So I wouldn't mind I wouldn't mind potentially preventing that from happening, thank you. We do have some more people coming in here. You know what? I think I might just run away, to be honest. I'm just going to let my forces deal with it. Hopefully no one is going to die. We need everyone to live. Wow, they're all getting loads of kills as well, actually, surprisingly enough. And there it is. Okay, there's the victory force. And, yep, no one died. Okay, that's great. And we've actually taken Sibir. So now that we are indeed the leader, I feel like we are going to have a much easier time of, well, basically doing anything that we want, really, right now. So this should be pretty cool, because that means that we're going to be able to, hopefully, eliminate so many people from the Nords that we might have an even better time conquering other factions as well. All right, here we go. Yeah, I'm just gonna do this. We can claim this. We can claim this ourselves. The question is, do we want to claim it ourselves? Not really. Now, if we wanted to, we could obviously claim the fief and then give it away. And if we were to give it away, then we would gain a significant amount of relation. But as it stands, I'm not really needing any of that because I obviously have maxed out charm skill already, so not really necessary. So I am just going to decline this. And indeed, I'm actually wondering whether we should recruit some troops or not. Oh, wow. Yeah, this town is looking mighty, mighty harsh here. Not really doing very well whatsoever. Yeah, so kind of unfortunate, really. Yeah, well, the funny thing is, because we have so much loyalty gain, we don't even really need to worry about this. I think what we're going to do is I'm just going to queue up a bunch of stuff just to make sure that all these things actually get done in the meantime. There we go. And we are just going to wait here for a little bit of time. Fennigan's dead! He died of old age! No! He was one of the people in our army right there. Okay, that's very sad. He was actually... he had a pretty significant amount of people with us right here, so actually kind of sad about that. Alright, well... not much I can do about it, I guess. Okay, these guys want me to actually have the... they want me to have this. Okay, that's not exactly what I want. So I'm going to give this to Edwayne because he actually came with us. He's one of our people in here. And I'm not entirely sure if he's going to do a good job, but, well, we can only hope, right? And we are otherwise... well, where do we want to go next? Well, we could take off castle, attack our castle. We could probably take both of those relatively simply. So I think... whoa... hello. That is a lot of people right there. That is a lot of people. Alright, okay, yeah, we probably want to be a bit careful. Oh, hello. Okay, there's a lot of people here. Right, okay, so here's the thing. I'm almost at 300 trade. Almost there. It is going to take me quite a while, as you can see, because we do have a learning rate problem. Now the question is there something we can do to thin their numbers? Yes, we can actually do something. We can do something like this. Here we go. We can literally go straight into a battle with them. Now, I would love, if at all possible, to auto-resolve this, but I'm not going to do that because we really desperately need to prevent any more of our vassals from dying. Obviously, that isn't a given, you know. They very, very easily could just die here. But I'm kind of hoping that they don't. He's not mounted, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to command my own forces, I guess. Command my own mounted troops or whatever. Okay, so, yeah. We'll see what we can do here. I'm assuming they're going to be aggressive. Yeah, they maybe are. No, they're not. Okay, yeah, of course. Yeah, Nords generally don't tend to be that aggressive because obviously they don't really have cavalry most of the time. And yeah, these guys are cavalry, but they're obviously just mercenaries. Nice little bit of the damage. Nothing too dramatic, of course. And maybe, just maybe, we might be able to do something pretty cool here. Maybe we can do something like this. Something like that. Put them into a loose formation where we can. Let's move these guys over here. And then we will try to... Wow, okay, yeah. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Yeah. The ability for their archers to actually be quite dangerous. And obviously, you know, the fact that they have a lot of throwing weapons at the same time really do make a big difference too to their overall lethality. Nice damage, a little bit here and there. Obviously these guys have decent armor, so it is a little bit difficult for us to actually inflict damage here for us. Maybe we can... Wait. Oh, nice. Okay, that's exactly what we wanted. Now, if we can just get my forces to start firing at the opponent, I think we'll have a very, very nice time here. Let's move these guys just a little bit closer. Want to make sure that they have unobstructed line of sight. Yeah, so I think you can probably see what's happening right now. The enemy is playing very, very defensively, so much so that they're actually in shield wall formation by the looks of things, and they're preventing a lot of our arrows from even getting past. So the one thing that we could do, I suppose, is try to get our... Yep, something like this. Something like this. We might be able to get these guys to throw their javelins and stuff, and maybe that's going to make a difference. Oh, it seems like... Wait a minute. Hello? Okay. These fellows are maybe wanting to... Okay, I'm going to move my cavalry over here. We are actually not... this is pretty good. This is actually pretty good. Okay, gonna tell them to charge. Gonna tell these guys to charge. We should have an overwhelming, absolutely overwhelming advantage when it comes to our infantry going in here, because our cavalry is going to come in from the side. We are obviously going to be completely fine here. And indeed, the archers are not even helping them. So this is great. Actually, very, very little they can do right now. At least I hope so. Let's try not to get our... oh dear. I'm a bit worried about this. I'm consistently looking at the kill feed in the top right because I'm like, okay, please no. No, we lost another one. I knew it. I knew it. For some reason, I had an absolutely terrible feeling. Okay. Yeah, we lost our daughter-in-law, actually. Our daughter-in-law is now dead. Oh dear. I guess, you know, the only thing I can be really thankful for is that Bruce hasn't died yet. I think that's literally the only thing I can really say. Because, I mean, let's face it, it's very likely that he would, obviously. I mean, you can already tell that, you know. Thanks to our children dying, of course. I'm actually very surprised we're having so many problems with these fellows, but again, I feel like the Nords are actually so strong. And it's funny because you wouldn't think so. As I said, you know, their archers are not supposed to be that amazing, but they are actually very, very solid. And I believe that is indeed it for us right here. These enemies are still sticking around, surprisingly. And there you go. We're just going to stick around here. And that's it. Whew. Yeah, so everyone's just dying. Everyone's just dying like flies right here. Look at this. Vita is now dead. So she is indeed... yeah, that's pretty bad. I mean, you know, that's pretty awful. And there's not much I can do about it. Ah, this guy is the king. Well, the question is, do we want to take him prisoner? Yes, I think we do, because we don't want him running around randomly and basically being like, oh yes, I have 300 and something people, and I'm going to make sure that you never forget it or something, because he's definitely going to be all up in our face about that, isn't he? Most likely. We're just going to take all of these. Yeah, these are all pretty nice units. We could just do this, a little bit of that, and there we have it. Okay, not too bad. We can also recruit these guys. Obviously, I am very, very low in terms of actually, you know, good troops. So we might have an issue with that. I might have to do something about it. Might have to go back to battanian territory or something along those lines. But yes, I'm not a big fan of losing our family members all the time. But, well, as I say, there's not much I can do about it. And it does add a lot of tension to the series, which I actually very much appreciate. Because I was kind of, you know, I was kind of hopeful that we wouldn't have huge amounts of deaths. But we're having, you know, back-to-back deaths right now in each episode. And I'm kind of getting a little bit antsy about that. So, yeah, what we're going to do is we're just going to go very quickly into the arena here. And we're going to do a little bit of something. Thank you. Alright, so what do I want to respec again? I want to respec my intelligence. I want to respec medicine skill. It's going to be 11,000. That's insane. Okay, yeah. So we're going to just respec that. And we're going to do this for a very specific reason, of course. Preventive medicine is amazing. We'll go for walk it off. We will spec out of Doctor's Oath. I'm specking out of this now. And we are going for sledges instead. And we are then going to be getting best medicine, siege medic. No, we'll get veterinarian. I think that sounds much better in my opinion. Let's go for pristine streets. Perfect health is really nice, but I think we're going to go for health advice because of the chance of recovery from death due to old age for every clan member and so on. You know, that's just too good in my opinion. And we'll just do this, cheat death obviously, and then we will also go with, I think helping hands is just way too good to say no, right? Yeah, and then we'll do Minister of Health, of course, as well. Okay, so we did actually level up in that battle too. I'd love to spec into trade skill again, but obviously I can't. So we will spec instead into something like athletics, I guess? Athletics, or is there anything else that I really, really desperately desire? I mean, we could go for some more polearms here if I wanted to. Maybe more polearms is the way to go. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. Okay, we'll do it. Just because. Why not? Sounds pretty fun. And we have 400 max capacity now. Pretty crazy. Okay, so do we have the ability to take Ov Castle? I'm thinking no. I'm thinking we don't. The question is, do I have any people nearby? 5 days. It's going to take them 5 days to get over here, which is just unacceptable. So I think what we're going to do instead is we're going to go to Balgard. I'm actually going to go and do the high-risk play here. I'm not sure if that's going to be particularly useful, but we'll give it a go. I'm going to attack this guy, of course. I don't want him to run away too easily. Is he dead? Did he die? No, he didn't. Okay, kind of unfortunate. I'm going to take him prisoner as well. As I said, I'm not really going to be taking every single person prisoner, but in this situation, I kind of want to do that. Okay, yeah, so they both died. I can't believe it. We gave them some pretty decent gear, too. Oh, well. Never mind. Yeah, I can only hope that my trade skill is actually going to level up. I mean, it is leveling up, of course. It's just going to take a long, long time. Does this guy know that I'm coming over here to do this? Yeah, he's way too fast. Okay. How am I doing, actually, in terms of this? No, we're actually doing fine. It's just because we're in snow at the moment. Snow is really making a big difference to us. And yeah, well, it doesn't really matter, I suppose, too much. But yeah, we're just going to do this. This is a little bit worried about this, actually. A little bit worried about this, but I guess we're going to have to go for it. If there are a significant amount of vassals, or if vassals, you know, tend to turn up here, then I will have to stop the siege. Let's try to move this away. Obviously, my trebuchets and all that stuff are actually extremely good now. They do a lot of damage. Battanians taken prisoner. What? Wait a minute. See, now this is exactly what I'm talking about. Wow. Yeah, they're so much better than the other factions, in my opinion. Okay, so we have Sword Guard reaching age 11. This is pretty fantastic. Let's go for another intelligence point. Let's go for another engineering point. I guess engineering is going to be kind of important for him. And we're going to just get our trebuchets out. And you can just watch how fast it is actually to destroy the walls once you have all of these upgrades. Look at that. Look at how fast we destroy those catapults, just purely because we have that extra. Oh dear. Let's see what happens. We might have enough time. No, we don't have enough time. I don't want to fight these. I do not want to fight these. Not in any way. This is going to be very, very difficult for us. We're going to have to go through the forest here because... Oh, they're actually stopping. Okay, interesting. I thought that they would come straight after us, but as soon as they enter the forest, they're going to be moving very, very slowly. Actually, they're moving faster than us, but that's only because we're disorganized right now. Yep, there we go. 1.8. 1.8. Get out of there. This guy's 1.82. It's because he's got a very small army. It's very easy for him. Oh, he's actually giving up. Okay. Whew. That was close. That was very, very close right there. Okay. This is where we can be extremely thankful that we are a battanian culture. If we weren't a battanian culture, we would never have escaped this situation. We would have been attacked by both of these, and he would have drawn us in with his massive army. Well, his buddy. His buddy had a massive army, so yeah, there's that. Anyway, yeah, well, the fact that we have now become the ruler and indeed actually ended up losing Sibir because this army came along and actually took it, that's obviously fine. We don't really have to worry about that too much. We can really, really easily take that back. However, what we do have to think about now is how we are going to rule the faction itself. That's the thing. I'm thinking what we're going to do is we're going to call for a massive army, and I'm talking about very, very large, probably the largest that we can possibly get, and then we're just going to go on some massive sieging sprees. Because you saw there, Balgard was almost ours. All we needed to do was be able to charge in after the walls were down, and that would have been a done deal. You know, that would have been really, really nice, because then we could have had 2 additional towns, but now we only have, well, 0. But we are going to get Sibir back very, very easily anyway. That's it. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.